I'm Kristen Martin, and you're on My Road Trip. Today, My Road Trip is taking me to the bustling, family-friendly coastal town of Wells, Maine. Let's go. Known as the friendliest town in Maine, Wells was founded in 1643 and can be found along scenic Route 1 in coastal southern Maine. Popular for its miles of sandy beaches, magnificent wildlife and nature preserves, world-class antiquing, arts and souvenir shopping, a working harbor with access to all water sports, and a large selection of restaurants, comfortable hotel resorts, cottages, and campgrounds, it's easy to see why Wells has been attracting visitors to her shores for centuries. And when you add the ease of a local train station, public transportation by trolley car, and miles of bike and walking trails, Wells is not only a great vacation destination, it's quickly becoming a car-free possibility. When you first get into town, you're gonna wanna stop for a delicious, hearty breakfast, and that's what you'll find at Congdon's Donuts, a family restaurant and bakery that's absolutely amazing. Celebrating 60 years in Wells, Congdon's Donuts is the oldest family-owned business in the area. Started by Clint and Nana Congdon, the restaurant quickly became famous for Nana's homemade donuts, and a tradition was started. 3 generations later, and Nana's homemade donuts are still fan favorites, and were recently voted one of America's best donuts by Food & Wine, and recognized by Phantom Gourmet as a hidden jewel.
Our bakers start around midnight. We do around 10,000 donuts. We run 35, 36 different flavors, a bunch of seasonal ones. In addition to all the donuts, we have a full bakery where we do our own breads, pastries, just about anything you can think of that's snacky and sweetie, we do it. So we have a bunch of unusual different items. We do a great big honey dip donut, a great big whoopie pie. We do doggy donut treats that we actually make here ourselves. And chocolate covered bacon. Chocolate covered bacon is amazing. You know, you look at it and you go, I shouldn't be eating this, but you take one bite and it's awesome. Some of my favorite treats is especially like the apple fritter. This one is really good. So it's a donut, it's got apple chunks in it, glazed with honey dip. Awesome.
Congdon serves breakfast and lunch year-round and is known for their breakfast anytime approach to dining.
Good morning, are you all set to order?
You know, this is a pretty tough decision. Everything looks really good. What do you recommend?
Well, you have to try a donut. They're the best. We have the Irish Benedict, which you can get with regular or homemade hash. And on the Congdon special, it comes with eggs, home fries, toast, and a donut.
All right, I think I'll try the Irish Benedict with the homemade hash and then, of course, a honey dip donut. Yeah, thank you.
Breakfast is a big draw for Congdon's Donuts, but their lunch menu is not to be ignored. You'll find a variety of juicy burgers, sandwiches, and lunch plates all made to order and served on fresh-baked Congdon's rolls and bread. And each item comes with your choice of french fries, cottage cheese coleslaw, or a Congdon's donut. Easy choice for me.
Here you are.
Oh, wow. That looks so good. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you so much. Okay, I've been waiting for this for a little while now. It is so light and fluffy and the perfect amount of sweet. This is donut perfection right here. Congdon's is the perfect way to start your day. And if you want to tuck away a little something sweet for later on, be sure to stop by the drive-through window. Hi, yes, I'd like a whoopie pie and a cappuccino, please. Hi, good, how are you?
Good. Here's the cappuccino.
Thank you.
And then your whoopie pie.
Oh, yum, thanks so much.
You're very welcome. Enjoy your day.
Thanks. I think I'm gonna like this road trip. When it's time to get out and enjoy the natural beauty of Wells, I suggest spending some time at the Wells Reserve at Laudholm Farm. This is so pretty here.
You know, the Wells Reserve is set on 2,250 acres of protected land. This land consists of a variety of habitats, salt marshes, a half-mile-long wild beach, forests, open fields, wetlands, estuaries, rivers. And throughout these 2,250 acres are 7 miles of trails that the public can come and enjoy and walk and watch wildlife and enjoy nature and scenic beauty at its finest here in southern Maine. If you are someone who enjoys nature and in the outdoors, and if you appreciate a place of history as well, we have so much of it here at the Wells Reserve at Laudholm. We have kayak tours, we have programs for children of all ages, we have summer camps for kids, and we have guided nature walks. That and about 100 other programs we have for the public pretty much year-round. Okay, you'll see behind me here a cluster of farm buildings. Some of the buildings are over 200 years old. They were renovated and restored about 30 years ago to serve our 21st century science-based mission. Today, they support science, education, and conservation.
Whether you visit for an educational program, kayak tour, festival, or a walk along one of their many trails, make Wells Reserve at Lott Home Farm a part of your Wells adventure. Whenever I travel, I like to bring home a little something to remind me of my adventures, and this sign, Lee's Art, caught my eye. Let's check it out. Lisa Loader found her love of art at a young age. After graduating from the Portland School of Art and working as a professional framer in a small gallery, her artistic talents in painting, etching, pottery, photography, and framing turned to the coast, and Lee's Art was created. Full of original designs, Lee's Art is the perfect place to find one-of-a-kind Maine Coast memorabilia, including sea bags, shadow boxes, driftwood sculpture, shell collages, jewelry, and so much more. Excuse me, are you Lisa?
Yes.
I just wanted to say your shop is really fun and colorful. I was wondering, where do you get your inspiration for all of these beach designs?
Thanks. We're so close to the beach, and I like to photograph the beach, the marsh. It brings me back to my childhood memories. It inspires me, the natural coast. I like to make whimsical things that remind me of the beach and bring us back to the beach, like the lobsters I make out of clay. The beach photos I create on the coast.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your beach sand designs, because when I came through the door, they caught my eye right away. I mean, they make you smile.
They do. They're fun, and I can create anything out of the beach sand, whether I draw freehand or somebody's wedding date, which I do a lot of. It was an idea I had years ago to do a friend of mine's wedding date, and it just took off. And I started to frame them with the old beach-style cottage frames, and it makes people happy all around.
So then you take those images back to your studio and you're able to create so many different things.
Yes, I can put them on posters, I can put them on greeting cards. We sell a lot of greeting cards, small framed items. The jewelry's a good seller. We do a lot of jewelry, and we can customize a lot of things too. So whatever you want, we can try to do.
Now this is obviously very popular in New England, where we just love the beach and we love that kind of energy, but you ship all over the country.
Yes, we are shipping to California now, Florida, North Carolina, New England.
In addition to sand art, you'll find other great Lisa original creations like sea bags, boatyard words, really fun glasses, windows and mirrors, and one of my favorites, these shell collages. Doesn't this just scream Maine cottage?
The Maine coast is a limitless source of inspiration for me. I like to go down and take photos and make something ordinary extraordinary. It makes me happy when somebody comes in and chooses one of my creations to take home with them. It evokes a memory that they've had here on vacation or brings back their own childhood memories.
These beach buddies are going to be perfect in my bathroom, and every time I see them, I'm going to be reminded of my day in Wells. I'm going to take these, please. Bring a little piece of Maine home with you. You'll find Lee's Art on Route 1. Wells is known as the antique capital of Maine, and with 25 shops on Route 1 alone, it's easy to see why. So to start your antiquing adventure, I suggest you stop at Cattail Farm Antiques. It's one of my favorites. Cattail Farm Antiques is housed in a mid-1800s, three-story, beautifully restored apple barn that offers nearly 10,000 square feet of antiques, collectibles, and vintage treasures. So whether you're a first-time buyer, an avid collector, or a dealer looking for a hidden gem, you're bound to find the perfect piece at Cattail Farm Antiques.
I became interested in antiques because my parents took us to estate sales and auctions, and we weren't very interested as kids, so they had us each collect something of our own. Bottles, butter pats, salt dips, and that improved our interest greatly, and obviously that expanded because I love doing this as an adult.
You'll find a lot of primitive country pieces at Cattail Farms, but there's also a large selection of architectural pieces, garden objects, lighting, cottage decor, and industrial antiques like this beautiful pharmaceutical table.
Cattail Farm Antiques has a variety of things. A little bit of something for everybody, things that are $1 and things that are $2,000. A nice range, country, primitive, architectural, garden, decorative, some lighting, some jewelry, a little bit of everything. Cattail Farm Antiques always has a new look. Our turnover is great. You have the benefit of 25 different dealers shopping for things, and their viewpoint shows up in many different ways. Antiquers are the ultimate repurposers and recyclers, and how we do that at Cattail Farm Antiques, I think it's one of our favorite things to do, is taking parts of old things that might have been taken to the dump and turning them into something beautiful and useful.
Catch the antiquing fever with a stop at Cattail Farm Antiques, Route 1, Wells. Any visit to Wells would be incomplete without a stop at the Maine Diner. Come on, I'll show you why. The Maine Diner began in 1953 as the retirement project for Louis Toten, a Boston restaurateur and avid gardener. Thanks to the Henry brothers, what was once a produce cart and seasonal eatery on Route 1 is now one of the busiest restaurants in southern Maine. The Maine Diner serves up to 1,400 customers a day and has been featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, The Today Show, and was recognized as the 2010 Restaurateur of the Year. But what makes this diner so appealing are the delicious family recipes, speedy service, and hometown hospitality you'll find at the Maine Diner.
When my brothers and I first started the diner, my dad gave us some good advice. He told us to serve good food at a reasonable price, provide fast and friendly service, and keep a clean establishment and work hard. If you can do those 4 things, you should be successful. When we first started the diner in February 1983, we actually had only 40 customers. But we were in ecstasy because we thought that was a lot in the middle of February. Now we serve in peak season during the summer and the fall, anywhere from 12 to 1,500 people a day. Well, a lot of the recipes are from my grandmother and my mother. Our signature dish is the lobster pie. Then we have Miles created the seafood chowder, which is popular. We have the Downey's Benedict, which is with a cod cake and eggs, they're served like an eggs Benedict. The Indian pudding is a popular item, and so is the crepe nut custard.
The Maine Diner menu is full of temptations. They have a really good selection of soups, chowders, and stews, salads, and appetizers, but then there's this wonderful diner food selection with homemade chicken pot pie and macaroni and cheese. They have every kind of seafood imaginable, from lobster and crab rolls to full dinners like baked stuffed shrimp and fried clam strips. But you won't want to overlook the breakfast menu, which is served all day and has yummy options like blueberry pancakes, lobster benedict, and homemade biscuits with sausage gravy.
These are literally my favorite thing in the whole world. Like when my family and I come up here for vacation in the summer, I'm always like, I need to come get my home fries.
We've been coming here probably about 40 years, 2 or 3 times a week. And our favorite thing is the menu because it's so large, and breakfast especially.
About 15 years we've come to the Maine Diner. Every time we come through from Ohio, we have to stop here.
The Maine Diner guarantees the very freshest ingredients go into every dish, and that certainly rings true once you've seen their garden.
What we plan is a lot of vegetables that they will use in the diner. Everything that I pick here goes inside the diner. That would include zucchini, summer squash, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, eggplant.
This seafood chowder is unbelievable. It's chock full of lobster, shrimp, scallops, and clam. It's perfectly seasoned, and it's no wonder this chowder has won so many competitions.
We never honestly thought that we would get to the point that we're at. I mean, we've become iconic, and when you open up and you first start out, you don't think along those lines. You're hoping to make a living. You're doing 300,000, 325,000 customers a year. That was never ever thought out from day one. There's just no way. We have people that they come up in the summer, they're only here for a week. We know we're gonna see them 4, 5, 6, 7 times. We were getting inundated with people that wanted to buy our t-shirts so they could take a little piece of us home with them. So that evolved into the gift shop. And you know, that's been a fantastic success story on its own.
What a meal. And I even treated myself to a t-shirt. Isn't this super cute? The Maine Diner, a New England tradition worth driving for. Trust me. For a little quiet reflection and a chance to escape in nature, head straight to the Rachel Carson National Wildlife Refuge. And don't forget your trail guide. Named in honor of the woman who has been credited for launching the contemporary environmental movement, the Rachel Carson National Wildlife Refuge was created in 1966 to protect valuable salt marshes and estuaries for migrating birds, a true Wells treasure.
Rachel Carson worked for Fish and Wildlife Service for about 15 years in her early career. One of the things she's most well known for is taking complex scientific processes and making it easy for everyday people to understand. Rachel Carson National Wildlife Refuge has several trails that people can come and visit. All of our trails are open from sunrise to sunset, 365 days a year. The Carson Trail is a 1-mile-long walking trail. It's universally accessible, and bring your binoculars because you'll see lots of wildlife, birds, maybe a deer. We also have a photography contest in the summertime, so bring your cameras. There's also fishing access sites in the area. Some of the work that we do at the refuge includes protecting piping plovers, which is a federally endangered shorebird that nests on some of the beaches in Maine. And it involves monitoring their nests, protecting their young, and we're looking at the overall health of salt marshes to make sure that they can keep pace with climate change and sea level rise. And we do a fair amount of habitat restoration work and shrubland restoration for a number of species, including the New England cottontail, which is endangered in the state of Maine, and it's Maine's only native cottontail rabbit. And that's a bit of the work that you'll find us doing here at the refuge. Rachel Carson Refuge is such a special place for a number of reasons, but primarily because we're named after Rachel Carson. And we say her name every day, many times a day, and everything that we do here at the refuge for our management and our outreach programs, we try to embody Rachel Carson and everything that she stood for.
The Rachel Carson National Wildlife Refuge is open year-round from sunrise to sunset, and be sure not to forget your binoculars. I've always felt that a fun way to better understand a new area is to spend some time in the local galleries. Art can be such a strong representation of a community, and that's certainly true of the works that you'll find right here at the Whitney Galleries. The Whitney Galleries is the vision and product of Richard Whitney, an avid arts lover who left a successful consulting career to some of the world's largest financial institutions in order to showcase the works of New England area artists in his beautiful gallery. Housed in a traditional Maine setting, the Whitney Galleries offers 3 distinct rooms of original fine art, including oils, acrylics, watercolors, encaustic, sculpture, blown glass, and much more. So Richard, the Whitney Galleries is a rather new adventure for you. What made you want to open a fine arts gallery in southern Maine?
Well, I made the decision to come to southern Maine because I really have some roots here, actually. I enjoy the various different types of scenery that Maine has it all. The mountains and the lakes and the forests and, of course, the coastline. All of which has sort of been a passion of mine. I wanted to retire here anyway, and I thought it would be a good place to expand to, a retirement type of opportunity.
So I heard a woman refer to you as the gallery with a cause. What did she mean by that?
I guess she's just referring to a program that we just launched, which couples some of our artists who want to help to communicate the message of the environmental concerns up the coast and the Gulf of Maine. We have teamed up with some scientists, and we're doing various different awareness programs, even children's programs, and it's going to travel from here into the various different venues all the way up the coast.
Now, I've noticed there are some names here in your gallery that I absolutely recognize, but then there are others that I don't. So how do you choose your artists?
Well, mostly they're choosing me these days, but most of the artists that I choose that you don't probably know are friends of mine who have a lot of talent, certainly a whole lot more than mine, and who have no real place or haven't in the past been able to have a venue to show their work.
Now, in looking through the galleries, I couldn't help but notice that this is all original art. I didn't see any prints.
My original intention was to do only original art. I knew that I could do, things such as prints and note cards, which we do have a few here and there. But I think it's more about really trying to get an original piece of art that is affordable. So we have a wide range of prices.
Now, this is a large collection you have here. Any chance or thought of an expansion?
I'm seriously thinking about it. I have to do a whole lot more to figure out how all of the artists that are now involved, so we give them better representation. And I think we need more real estate.
Be sure to carve out some time to explore the Whitney Galleries. You'll find them right here on Post Road, Route 1 in Wells. If you're visiting Wells for a weekend getaway or a week's vacation, you're going to want to take advantage of one of the town's greatest draws, 7 miles of sandy beach. And that's exactly what you'll find when you stay at Lafayette's Oceanfront Resort. Lafayette's Oceanfront Resort sits directly on Wells Beach, one of the largest sandy beaches in Maine. And with 9 hotel buildings, 9 spacious independent cottages, a large indoor pool, hot tub with waterfall, and Forbes' beachfront restaurant, you'll agree that Lafayette's is the perfect recipe for year-round family fun.
Lafayette's Oceanfront Resort was started in 1919 by the Forbes family. They started down here with a fruit stand and eventually built a restaurant and then added hotel buildings over the years. And the Lafayette family bought it in 1996, and it continued to operate as a family-owned and operated hotel down here, hosting families to enjoy Wells Beach.
Lafayette's Oceanfront Resort believes in friendly service, personal interaction, and doing things the old-fashioned way. So when you check into the resort, you can expect to be greeted with a friendly smile and not a cold computer. Hi, I think I have a reservation for Kristen Martin.
All right, Kristen. Let's see, you're here for 2 nights with us this weekend, and we got you in an oceanfront room, 2nd floor with a king bed. Does that sound about right?
Sounds perfect.
Fantastic.
There are 150 well-maintained rooms at Lafayette's Oceanfront Resort, many with panoramic views of Wells Beach and the Atlantic Ocean, or the Webhanet River and Salt Marsh Inlet. Katie, I have to say, this view is absolutely spectacular.
It certainly is. This is why people come to Lafayette's Oceanfront Resort.
Now, this is a very big property. What are some of the options you have for your guests?
We try to make sure they have everything they need here. We have rooms with 2 queen-size beds. We have rooms with 1 king-size beds. We have rooms with Tempur-Pedic beds. We also have refrigerators, microwaves, free Wi-Fi, coffee makers, pretty much everything that they would need while they're away.
You also have cottages. When I think of cottages, I kind of think of these cozy little, bungalows, but some of your cottages are sizable.
They're big homes, and they're designed so that families can get together. So whole families will rent the whole cottage. Some family members will stay in hotel rooms and then use the cottage also, but that way they can have family meals and a lot of room to spread out with a lot of kids. Parking's included, and they can stay right here. There's Forbes Restaurant, they can eat here, they can just enjoy the beach all day, and there's shopping right here, so they'll stay here the whole time.
Now, obviously, this is just absolutely perfect in the summer months, but you're year-round.
We are open year-round, and it's a beautiful spot throughout the entire year.
And when you need to fuel your fun, head straight to Forbes Beachfront Restaurant.
Forbes Restaurant has been here. It was started by my grandparents back in 1919 with another gentleman. Then they bought him out in 1921, and it's been this way ever since. We have the same things as far as scrambled hamburger, popcorn. We make our own onion rings. We grind our own hamburger. In season, we're open from 7 in the morning for coffee and muffins, and at 7:30 for a full breakfast. People come down for ice cream, popcorn throughout the day. It's just a great place to come down to enjoy the ocean.
Small cookie dough and a sugar cone. Great, thanks so much. And if it's time to get off the beach and out of the sun, don't worry, more fun awaits. This is a small. You can head to Lafayette's indoor heated pool and supersized therapeutic hot tub for a refreshing freshwater dip, or explore Casino Square with its quaint shops, playground, and arcade. In the evening, catch a trolley out to scenic Route 1, where you will find great shopping and antiquing and a large variety of local restaurants and live entertainment. No matter how you choose to fill your days, Lafayette's Oceanfront Resort is the place where lifelong memories are made. When it comes to exquisite design, you won't want to miss the one-of-a-kind shopping experience you'll find at Chase & Company Antiques and Flowers by Christine. Christine, the space you've designed here is so beautiful and unique. It's like you're tapping into all 5 of our senses.
That's our goal here at Chase & Company on Flowers by Christine, is to make it a shopping experience for our clients. I started doing it with a friend of mine who's been dealing in antiques for many years. We had the idea together. So she did antiques and I've been doing flowers for 26 years. So we thought doing the two together would be a great combination, and it's proved to be a really good one. The flowers complement the antiques complement the flowers, and we sell flowers year-round. So in the wintertime when it's quiet, we're still doing a lot of business. I travel all over New England, outside of New England. I go to auctions, estate sales, flea markets, any place I can find something unusual and different that I think a client will enjoy, that's where I go.
Now, antiques always change, your collection's always changing. Do you have a few pieces that you're particularly excited about right now?
I have a 18th century Venetian corner cupboard that's beautiful, was in the family for over 100 years. We have a French country cupboard. Customers say to us frequently, you have so many interesting things. It's not things that you would find typically in other antique stores.
Now, your antique garden is just full of possibility. Do you have people come in and select a special pot and ask you to make an arrangement right there on the spot?
Yes, we do, and we do a lot of custom things for people here at the store.
At the end of your busy day, you're going to want to kick back and relax with a traditional Maine meal, super friendly service, and maybe even a cocktail. For all this, head straight to Mike's Clam Shack. Mike's Clam Shack first opened its doors 24 years ago with the promise of good food, good spirits, and great company. With original recipes and the freshest seafood, steaks, prime rib, lobsters, and chowder, it's no wonder this family restaurant took off so quickly. But what has both locals and visitors returning again and again is the friendly service you'll find at Mike's.
Here at Mike's, we're not here just to serve our customers. This is a place where a lot of people meet each other. Our waitresses make it a very friendly family atmosphere. They connect with our customers, enjoy, and we love the repeat business.
Mike's has several dining areas to choose from, which is really good for private events and social gatherings. But tonight I want to hang with the locals, so I'm heading to the pub to have dinner with Mike's general manager, Matthew Cogshaw. Matt, thank you so much for joining me for dinner.
No problem.
So this menu is not only impressive, it's a little overwhelming.
It is. It's a very big menu.
Why don't we start with your favorites?
Well, some of my favorites are, I can strip right down to the seafood platter. It's big. It encompasses everything we have, some of the most popular items. And then we have, people like our baked haddock, whether it's stuffed haddock with our seafood stuffing or not. And then even if you're not a big eater, we have our chowders, which are great. And then we have burgers, salads. We have everything you could possibly need, whether you like seafood, don't like seafood, vegetarian, not, we have it all. And then if you have room in the end, we have all kinds of desserts, but one of our specialties is a lemon meringue pie.
So Matt, you've been here I think for 14 years.
Yes, 14 years.
Why do you think Mike's has taken off so quickly?
Well, it's the staff. We serve the needs of the customer. We make them happy. We have a gift shop with a wide variety of stuff. We have a takeout that we just moved out front, which we better serve them. We also have a fish market, so people can get cheaper seafood without having to spend the price at the restaurant. They can bring it home themselves. It's just everyone is we're a family here.
Mike's Fish Market has been in existence for about 8 years. We've been in this new building for starting our 3rd season. We've expanded where we can have wine, beer, we have produce, which we couldn't have before, and more like souvenirs and stuff for the tourists that are coming and for the locals to make it easier for a one-stop shop. We have fresh haddock, cod, lobster meat, which we pick here fresh daily, steamers, mussels, which we can cook for you or you can take them live. And of course we have our lobsters live or cooked and we can ship those.
Oh my gosh, all right, so serious feast here. These are amazing recommendations. Look at this lobster stew. It's just chock-a-block full of lobster
all lobster
stew.
in there.
Everything smells so good.
Oh, it definitely does.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mike's Clam Shack right here on Route 1. It is a must try. I say we dig in.
All right, let's go.
Sadly, this is where my road trip has to end for today, but I have to say this has been such a fun full day in Wells. Now, if you'd like more information on the town of Wells, go to their website. It's wellstown.org. If you'd like to see the program you've just seen for a second or maybe even a third time, go to our website. It's OurMaine.com. Just click on the road trip button. You can watch our program on Wells or maybe search for another destination in the area. I'm Kristen Martin. This is it for my road trip for today. We'll see you all on the road.